Welcome back. I'm joined right now by Captain Doug McClure with the Salvation Army. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am. It's good to be here.
All right, Salvation Army is one of those organizations that everyone has heard of, but some people know it gives back and it helps, but they don't know exactly who it gives back to, who can be helped. Tell me a little bit about the organization.
Well, there's some really exciting things that are happening at the Salvation Army. Probably the thing we're known for most is our homeless outreach programs. We operate one of the larger shelters in town. We operate a 42-bed shelter that's open 365 days a year. We also have a Place for Hope, which is our new day center. It's been open for a year and a half. We offer showers, computer access, phone access, resource center appointments, and laundry services there for homeless and at-risk individuals and families. We also do a community dining room program. Last fiscal year, we served 35,000 meals in our dining room program, and now it is one of the few programs that's open to the general public for homeless and at-risk individuals. And if we keep on where we're going right now, we're probably looking at starting about 45,000 meals in the coming year. So I mean, that's another exciting program. Also, we have social services that's open during the day that provides food and clothing by vouchers to various families, not just homeless, but you're talking at-risk people who are living paycheck to paycheck, or sometimes, in most people's cases, paycheck to almost paycheck. We also have a pretty active utility assistance program that we work with a couple companies as far as helping people. You do your utility assistance. We do that every 2 years for clients.
Right.
So some really exciting programs are going on. Also, we operate a pretty active emergency disaster program. Luckily, we haven't had to use it here in Albany. But you know, if the time should come again, we're looking forward to having those emergency disaster forces available and doing some great work there. So, I mean, those are just a few things. And of course, then we also do children's programs. We do programs for women and for adults as far as character building programs. So a few things going on.
A lot of things. Now,
yes, ma'am.
One thing you've noticed is that the need has gone up in Southwest Georgia.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think that's because of the economy or jobs, or what exactly specifically is leading to an increased need with the Salvation Army?
Well, in my opinion, Albany was kind of living right on the edge. And then when we had this economic downturn the last 2 years, it's kind of pushed us over the edge. It's kind of pushed us to the point where, you know, a lot of people were kind of just barely making it. Now those people aren't making it anymore. So we're seeing a lot more people. So yeah, it has a lot to do with the economy, but in a lot of cases, Albany was already having some of these problems before we got into this current economic situation. The exciting thing for me, I've been able to see the last 5 years, is that a lot of people have stepped up. A lot of people have made taking care of other people their priority, and a lot of people have really reached out with their arms and stuff. And what I tell people is, you find those charities that really support what you do, find those people that are really kind of meeting that need, and support those organizations. The difficulty in Albany, there are so many nonprofits. There are so many organizations.
Hundreds. Literally, there are more than 600. We counted.
Yes, it's an amazing thing. I mean, that many nonprofits, and yet, you know, you still got people that aren't being reached. Find those people that are actually making a difference and are going to be around year to year, and those are the ones you really should invest in.
All right, well, stay tuned. We have much more coming up after the break about exactly how you can get involved with the Salvation Army. Welcome back. We are talking about the Salvation Army. I'm joined by Captain Doug McClure from the Salvation Army. Now, we just finished going over what kind of resources you guys offer, and it's not just a handout. You guys see success stories as well. Tell me about that.
Yes, ma'am. Especially through our recent program, our Place for Hope, we've seen several men and a couple women that have actually gone through, come in and homeless, and are now have a place to live, have a job, and have a chance to get access to medical services. What people don't realize is people that are having difficult mental situations or addiction issues sometimes are not making those right choices, and because of being able to stabilize, because of getting access to medical services, are able to make those right choices. You know, and in fact, as much as getting back into local church activities, getting back to the local gym, and really becoming supporting members of society. So it's really been exciting to see some of these clients come through, and actually are now coming back as volunteers and are starting to give back. So it's a great thing because they know where they were, and they don't want people to stay where they were before. So they're really starting to give back, and it's really amazing.
Now, if someone is feeling really inspired right now and they're saying, I want to help out with the Salvation Army, what kind of different ways can they help out?
Well, I tell people it's just like you learn in church. It's time, talent, and treasure. Your time can always be useful. I mean, we need volunteers on many different programs. We feed 2 meals a day. As I said before, we feed around 160, 170 people a day between breakfast and dinner. We always need help with volunteers for dinner. We always need help with our Place for Hope volunteers. The volunteers at a Place for Hope actually run the Place for Hope. We only have one part-time staff member, and it's open 20 hours a week. So there's a quick training program you go through, and then you can be a Place for Hope volunteer, and it's only open from 8 to 12, so it's a great kind of little day thing if you want to do it once a week, once or twice a month, it's a great thing to reach out there and be a part of it. Then, of course, your treasurer. Let's be honest with you. There are some things I can't get volunteers to do. I can't get volunteers to turn light bulbs on. I can't get volunteers to, to bring in food. Sometimes we have to go and get some stuff.
That's right.
Volunteers don't normally come up and pay my property insurance for me, So there are a lot of things the Salvation Army needs to maintain day-to-day operations that we just can't do just strictly through volunteers. The Salvation Army is very proud, and I'm very proud of the Salvation Army because we have a very competent, very well-trained staff, and that does take some resources to put together.
Absolutely.
So we try to provide the best training as possible, but try to use as many volunteers as well.
Now, it's not only volunteers. Here at Fox 31, we like to put our money where our mouth is. We are actually an official partner with the Salvation Army.
Right.
This is new. First time we're announcing it on air, so we haven't gotten too much going yet,
exciting,
but it's in the planning stages. So tell me a little bit more about our partnership and why Fox 31 is getting involved directly with the community.
Well, I received some communication from your office and said they were looking to work with community-based organizations that are making a difference in this area. And we had some phone calls back and forth, some emailing, you know how those kind of things go.
Of course.
And then we had a meeting, we sat down what the goals were for Fox, what the goals were for the Salvation Army. One of the things Salvation Army is we have a very small staff. We have very small as far as resource development, as far as community information staff. And Fox obviously is great, and the community loves hearing from Fox and listens to Fox, and you have a lot of support. So they were looking for some organizations that could use some of that help, but at the same time they're giving back to the community. So it seemed like a great partnership. When a media company comes in and calls you, you just smile and say thank you very much. So it's gonna be great because while Fox is going to be our media partner, obviously we're going to work with other people, but Fox is definitely going to be one that's going to be involved in all of our projects, going to be pushing some of our major funding things throughout the year, as well as I think some reporters and possibly some late night anchors are going to be doing a little volunteering here and there, maybe a weatherman or two, you never know, and a good chance to give back and a good chance to be involved, not just in talking about it, but actually doing it yourself. And my whole view of life like this is because if you're doing it yourself, if you're doing it personally, you're more involved and you know what's going on. You can tell other people. And word of mouth is probably one of the best things you can have in this world. And It's great to have you guys on our side.
Absolutely. That's one of the main reasons we wanted to sign up, because we are definitely a part of this community.
Yes,
and we're putting our mouth where our money is. So we're not just talking the talk. We are walking the walk. Well, thank you very much for coming on. We certainly appreciate it. And we do want to bid farewell to you.
Oh, wow.
You've done so much in Southwest Georgia. We certainly appreciate your time, talent, and services. And you are moving on to where?
Yes, I'm being transferred to Rome on the 18th of June.
Okay.
New officers will be Majors Kelly and Angela English. They're coming with 20 years of service. Some wonderful, caring, and loving officers, and they're going to do some great things here in Albany. We're really excited to see what's going to happen.
Well, we look forward to continued success with Salvation Army. Good luck to you and
Thank
your
you,
family
ma'am.
as you're transitioning on. And Fox 31, we are looking forward to getting involved. And again, if you want to get involved, you can in many different ways with the Salvation Army.